to another edition of Johnny Vlogs. This episode brought to you by Simply C. Thank you, Simply C, for becoming a Patreon supporter, or a patron, as I guess they are termed. Kelly Lee also joined in on Patreon. Thank you so much, Kelly. And finally, Kato Kalin. Thank you, Kato. Appreciate you and your support so much. And if you want to be a part of the Patreon crowd, go ahead and go to brainscratchers.com. Be sure to put the W's in front or the web address won't come up right. www.brainscratchers.com. Click on the Patreon link and you can join the club and get a shout out from me in Johnny Vlogs. Thank you guys all so much. So this week is the last week of shows that I will shoot in this room, and wow, literally saying that to you guys just got me a little bit emotional. I have filmed, we're coming up on, it's almost going to be 3 years. We're just a few months shy of 3 years of YouTube videos, primarily in this room. All of them definitely edited in this room right here on the same PC you guys see in every episode of Brain Scratch. And it has been a pretty good run, especially this last year and a half or so. Things have really clicked with the YouTube channel and all of you, of course, and I appreciate it so much. But I'm going to miss things a little bit, definitely, and hopefully the new place will have a great location where I can set up a new studio and a bunch of new memories with all of you. Now, that means that this week you will get regular episodes of everything. We're going to have a searchlight. We're going to have a brain scratch. It's going to take a little doing on my part, but I'm going to make it happen for you guys. Although next week things might get a little funky. That's where I've got the 30-hour drive that I'm doing from California all the way out to Minnesota. I have found a location square in the middle of that whole trip that I think would make for a very interesting stop. As a matter of fact, I've spoken about this location on a video recently, but I don't want to mention it. There's some weather thing that might stop me from going there. In that case, I might have to change it up to a different place. But in any case, I'm going to try to find some brain scratchy type location to stop at, spend a little time, shoot some video for you guys, and that will likely be the video that is released in replace of Brain Scratch for next week. And possibly Searchlight, but I think I can still get a Searchlight out. It's going to be weird, guys. I mean, literally my computer, my camera, all my production equipment is going to be in the car with me. It's just a matter of how fast can I get set up somewhere else and can I start cranking out some episodes. But in any case, there will be something for you guys to see. It might be more of the road trip videos. I really don't know yet, but there will be content for you one way or another, because that's what I do. All right, so let's get into the topic. I know we're already 3.5 minutes in. This is a follow-up to the Is There Justice Johnny Vlogs that we did just a couple weeks ago. And I want to thank all of you, especially you commenters, that really raised a lot of interesting ideas, talked a lot about different aspects of that conversation. I really loved that comment thread and chain, and I learned a lot from you guys. But one thing that kept kicking around in that was the question of karma. And in short, did I just whistle? Shh. In short, but most of us had the same belief that justice has no force to act on its own, that something else has to affect justice or create the act of justice. And that's where karma came up as a frequent tool. People typically recognize karma as a force, but the big question is, does karma exist or not? There were some of you that were very adamant that yes, karma exists and people are going to get what they're due, and there were others that were like, yeah, but I really don't believe in karma. So I wanted to dive into it just a little bit with you today, hopefully start up another one of those awesome comment threads, because I just really enjoyed reading that so much. Let's take a look at dictionary.com and the definition for karma. Hinduism, Buddhism, action, seen as bringing upon oneself inevitable results, good or bad, either in this life or in a reincarnation. In Hinduism, one of the means of reaching Brahman. Well, now I think when most of us talk about karma, especially with it applying to justice, we're looking for it to happen in this life. I don't think we're looking for it to happen in a reincarnation. Although it would be nice to think of some people that I don't like and say, man, I hope you come back as a fly buzzing around a big dog turd or something like that. But I don't know. It's kind of a fun thought in one way, but I think most of us prefer karma to happen in this same life. There is a second definition for it. The cosmic principle according to which each person is rewarded or punished in one incarnation according to that person's deeds in the previous incarnation. So once again, sounds like a reincarnation. The third definition, fate or destiny. That's a pretty interesting way to think about it, although it misses the action of reflexiveness or the reaction part. It should be the fate or destiny of one as determined by their previous actions. I think that kind of makes a bit more sense to me. The good or bad emanations felt to be generated by someone or something. Now that definition is something I think I could really buy into and believe in. For example, if you are someone that enjoys watching other people be harmed or tortured or something, what emotions do you go through when you're in that situation? Even though it causes you joy when you see it applied to someone else, I would bet that once that energy was turned towards you and you were in that situation, it wouldn't be joy you're experiencing anymore. It would probably be terror, and because of the amount of heightened joy that you saw in other people having that pain, your pain might be greater than their pain was in going through it. I think there's something to that. The great thing about dictionary.com is they also include the British dictionary definitions for karma. And here they have a great one I wanted to share with you guys. The principle of retributive justice determining a person's state of life and the state of his, once again, reincarnations as the effect of his past deeds. The doctrine of inevitable consequence, and once again they throw destiny or fate in there. In the destiny or fate thing, that is certainly a belief that some people have, and other people would say, no, I really don't believe in destiny. I think we're making our own outcomes happen here. However, I did find another website. This is from wisdomsdoor.com, and they had kind of an interesting aspect on karma I wanted to share with you as well. The idea of karma can, at times, seem in opposition to the idea that you create your own reality. Well, if you consider the definition of destiny or fate, that is certainly true. How can past actions creep into your present and inflict unwanted changes in the case of negative karma, or desired changes in the case of positive karma into your reality? Karma is a force produced by your own consciousness as your past actions reach from that past, and future for that matter. However, we will not be discussing future karma in this chapter. Thank God, because my brain just was twisting even reading that. To influence the choices that you make in the present. Let me read that one more time without that middle section. Karma is a force produced by your own consciousness as your past actions reach from that past to influence the choices that you make in the present. Well, I certainly think that's true. If you touch a hot pot and you burn your hand, first of all, you're going to have a learned reaction to that. But is there a karma-related reaction to something like that? If it's an emotional aspect, for example, you tell someone you love them, they say, I hate you. So those feelings that you have of loving them at that point then retract. Maybe you go into shame or some other places. Are you now prone to have that same reaction when you tell someone you love them again, or you expect them to say that they hate you, so you don't say it, but you just go right to that feeling of shame? I think there's something to that. Karma acts as a policeman to ensure that you learn the lessons of existence and don't forget too easily the path walked. Karma evens out your evolution so that life extremes are brought back to the middle ground. That is a very interesting and profound statement. And once again, their definition of it is almost going to like a learned reaction for me. But I believe that there is something about this looking at your past actions. Actually, they have a comment here. Now, karma accomplishes the karmic policeman, by mirroring past actions into your reality mirror. Sounds like we're in therapy all of a sudden. As a matter of fact, I had a therapist that really, really bought into this principle and helped me see it in aspect of my own life. If there is something that haunts you, or something that you don't deal with thoroughly, you're likely to face that situation over and over and over. And it's almost like the universe is testing you and saying, hey, look, you haven't, passed this test yet, so I'm going to give it to you again. I'm going to give it to you again. And you can't run from it. If you try to run, you'll find a completely different situation, and all of a sudden, that same thing will pop up in the middle of that situation, and you'll be faced with it again until you truly learn how to evolve yourself or deal with it in some way. Reality mirror, pretty crazy. So, what do you guys think about karma? Do you still believe in it? Do you still not believe in it? Are these definitions good? Are they junk? Is this wisdom's door thing making any sense to you guys? Or am I sounding like some kind of hippie that's about to pull out some crystals and candles and have a big tie-dye seance or something? I don't know. But I do want to know your thoughts. That's what this is all about. So please use the comment section below. Tell me your thoughts on karma, good or bad, true or false, does it exist or doesn't? And I will check them all out. Thank you so much for joining me on this edition of Johnny Vlogs and for supporting the Geek and Dorks channel. I can't do it without you guys. And I hope you all have an amazing week, especially towards the end of the week when all of a sudden I'm doing 30 hours of... I'll catch you on the next show on the Geek and Dorks channel. Take care.